In a major victory for U.S. President Donald Trump, the U.S. Supreme Court has now allowed his Muslim travel ban to go into full effect. Trump's travel ban targets people from 6 Muslim-majority countries, namely Chad, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Syria and Yemen, even as legal challenges continue in the lower courts. The 9-member court, with 2 liberal justices dissenting, granted Donald Trump administration's request to lift 2 injunctions imposed by lower courts that had partially blocked the ban. The travel ban is the 3rd version of a contentious policy that Donald Trump first sought to implement a week after taking office in January. Donald Trump argues the travel ban is required to protect the United States from terrorism by Islamic militants.
This is the protection of the nation from foreign terrorist entry into the United States. We all know what that means. Protection of the nation from foreign terrorist entry into the United States.
Staying on with the U.S., endorsing the embattled Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore's campaign, U.S. President Donald Trump has said he is needed to win in Alabama. Several women have accused Moore of sexual misconduct. He, however, denies these allegations. On Monday, Donald Trump tweeted, and I'm quoting, "Democrats' refusal to give even 1 vote for massive tax cuts is why we need Republican Roy Moore to win in Alabama. We need his vote on stopping crime, illegal immigration, a border wall, military, pro-life, and more," unquote. The 70-year-old Moore thanked the president on Twitter for his support and encouragement. As tensions escalate on the Korean Peninsula, United Nations Political Affairs Chief Jeffrey Feltman is on a 4-day visit to North Korea from today. Feltman will be meeting North Korean Foreign Minister WION, among others, to discuss quote-unquote issues of mutual interest and concern. The visit comes in response to a long-standing invitation from Pyongyang for a policy dialogue with the United Nations.
The visit is a response to a long-standing invitation from the authorities in Pyongyang for policy dialogue with the UN. We were able to confirm the visit on Thursday, November 30th. It'll be a wide-ranging discussion. I'm not going to go into any detail, but it will be a wide-ranging policy discussion. Meanwhile, the Undersecretary General for Political Affairs, Jeffrey Feltman, will visit the Democratic People's Republic of Korea from the 5th to the 8th of December. Mr. Feltman will discuss with DPRK officials issues of mutual interest and concern, and he will also meet with the UN country team and members of the diplomatic corps in Pyongyang, as well as visit UN project sites. While in the region, he will be also visit China. In fact, he was in Beijing today, where he met with a number of senior officials.
The United Kingdom and the European Union have failed to arrive at an agreement to move to the next stage of the Brexit talks. After a meeting with British Prime Minister Theresa May in Brussels on Monday, European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker told reporters that there are still some issues that need to be agreed upon.
Despite our best efforts and the significant progress we and our teams have made over the past days on the 3 main withdrawal issues, it was not possible to reach a complete agreement today. We stand ready to resume the negotiations with the United Kingdom here in Brussels later this week. I'm still confident that we can reach sufficient progress before the European Council of the 15th of December.
The talks are believed to have failed after the Northern Ireland's leading political party, Democratic Unionist Party, denied to accept concessions on the Irish border issue. The Democratic Unionist Party says it will reject any deal that gives it a different status from the rest of the UK. The talks are to resume later this week. British Prime Minister Theresa May has said she is confident that it would end on a positive note.
We have been very clear. Northern Ireland must leave the European Union on the same terms as the rest of the United Kingdom, and we will not accept any form of regulatory divergence which separates Northern Ireland economically or politically from the rest of the UK, and the economic and constitutional integrity of the United Kingdom must not be compromised in any way.
Ahead of the December 21 regional elections, ousted Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont has said his party would win the polls as there is a pro-independence majority in Catalonia, and that would reflect in the results. The Catalan region is holding elections after Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy dissolved the Catalan parliament and fired Puigdemont for his role in the independence referendum outlawed by Madrid. Puigdemont then fled to Belgium with 4 of his ministers. In November, he began his campaign for the polls from Belgium. He is in the country fighting extradition back to Spain, where he is wanted on charges of rebellion and sedition.
Perquè si alguna cosa els fa por, si alguna cosa els fa tremolar de cames, és que el dia 21 de desembre nosaltres, que som una gent que diem que perquè el país progressi i vagi al màxim endavant hem de votar al màxim Junts per Catalunya, que nosaltres fem no un bon resultat, que guanyem. Això és el que veritablement els fa tremolar de cames.
An exit poll by a research centre showed the market-friendly pro-unity party can be the most wanted party in the elections. The exit poll, however, has not exhibited good results for the pro-independence parties.
Quedan 15 días para que nos demos la mano entre catalanes. Porque esto no es un problema entre Cataluña y el resto de España, esto es un problema entre catalanes. Tenemos una sociedad fracturada en 2 mitades. Tenemos que volver a coser las heridas. Yo me comprometo a que si soy presidenta de la Generalitat voy a trabajar duro para que los catalanes volvamos a darnos la mano, para que los catalanes realmente seamos un único pueblo, una única sociedad. Eso es lo que nunca han podido hacer los que han gobernado Cataluña y los que han usado repetidamente el nombre de Cataluña para dividir a los catalanes.